So my call sign, I wish I could tell you the story. You have to technically buy a fighter pilot or fighter Wizzo a drink, but I can say it stands for Girl, You're Nuts. Fighter pilot culture is more of an attitude, being a pit bull on a leash. October 2023. I had just become a two-ship Wizzo, or Weapons Systems Officer, which means I could lead a two-ship formation, and my squadron, the 492nd, was deployed to the Middle East. There was conflict between Israel and Iran. The tensions were really high. And on April 13th of 2024, everyone was starting to catch wind that something big was going to happen. Atomic and I, we had the opportunity to be number 2 of a two-ship of alert lines in response to this possible drone onslaught that we're expecting. I was excited to actually get action because I haven't had that opportunity up until that point, but also nervous that I knew that if we failed, it would be catastrophic for civilians. After about 5 to 10 minutes, we started to see on our sensors some possible drones popping up. And I remember thinking, this is actually happening. This is gonna be a life-changing event for us. We captured it on the radar. I queued up the targeting pod. As a Wizzo, I'm the final authority to drop the weapon. And the words left my mouth, cleared to shoot. And Atomic pressed on the button and held it for an uncomfortable amount of time, and that's when a flash of light from the left side of our jet, just out of the corner of my eye, I see it. 2 to 5 seconds later, I see an explosion on my screen. In the heat of the moment, I assessed that Atomic and I only shot down 3 drones. And it wasn't until we get to the debrief that we put in our tapes, which essentially records everything that we shot, and we realized that we actually shot down 5 drones. 5 is a magic number in the aviation community. Since the beginning of flying in World War I, ACE has been known as having 5 aerial victories, and this hasn't happened in a couple decades. To be part of the first fighter squadron to have done it in that decade was amazing, so it was a shared victory for all of us.
It was a selfless moment of being willing to get into an aircraft and face overwhelming odds, and then come out on top.
After that deployment, it was time for me to move on to my next assignment, which was going to be NAS Pensacola. My role as an instructor, 455th Formation Flight Commander.
What we have here is the only pipeline for scissors in the entire Air Force. So failure here is potentially failure for the Air Force.
I have a bubbly personality and I'm very friendly, but I take training very seriously, so I will lay it to them straight whether they are meeting the standard or not. I know I come from a different demographic, a different background, a different gender entirely than probably 80% of the Air Force now. Thank goodness, I've always been seen as an equal. And I really want to make sure young women that are seeking a career in aviation know that it's definitely an opportunity.
Part of our training process is to make sure that we hand over the experiences that we gain. And certainly Captain Guns Nava is going to be able to take those experiences and start feeding that into some of the lieutenants that are going through our program today.